Hey, everybody. My name is Derek Johnson. My pronouns are he, him, and I am the volunteer coordinator at Hopscotch Music Festival. Thank you for watching this video. This is a review of the 2022 festival for volunteers. As background, I was a volunteer for the first 4 or 5, I think, Hopscotch Music Festivals. Then I was the venue manager at CAM, the Contemporary Art Museum. I've had this position for the last 4 years. My goals of this are build your confidence, review the responsibilities, also things like how do I get my own wristband, deposit, stuff like that. And number three, I want you to have fun, and I also want you to be safe. This has been a pretty successful music festival, and I judge successfulness on sustainability. We've been able to have it. This is, I think, our 11th or 12th festival. We have great reviews, great feedback. Also, I have over 50% of the volunteers are repeat volunteers. Also, a review any changes from years past. Not a lot of major changes from last year. The biggest one that I see is Wristband City won't be at the Sheridan, and I will mention this multiple times, and I'll make sure in the email too. Last year we were in the hotel in a kind of a ballroom. I think this year we're going to be in a tent, like a big enclosed tent, right there on like the City Plaza area. But I will definitely confirm that in the weeks coming up and make sure you have the exact location and times of that. Overall guidelines. Be friendly. I'm not going to read these word for word. I will send this out. Be friendly. The one thing that I've known is if you deal with a guest or maybe another volunteer or staff and they're agitated, if you come at them with agitation, it just doubles it, right? But if you listen, if you maybe repeat what their ask is, if you show some understanding and you can talk about what you can help them with, what you can't help them with, it really lowers the temperature. So I really believe in that. Alcohol and drug use, I do not allow it. I'm sorry. I know it's a music festival, and this is only during the shift. Just to be clear, when you're volunteering and you come up to volunteer and you come up drunk or you come up high, and you're just unable to volunteer, you're going to forfeit your deposit. You're going to forfeit your ability to volunteer. You're going to forfeit your ability to get a wristband. And I'm sorry about that, but you know what? I've never really had a major issue with this. Everybody's been really cool over the years. Be flexible on your shift. I'm not asking you, and I won't command you to change times. In the past we've had some snafus, and I've had to ask people, maybe, hey, can you come in earlier, or hey, can you come to this location instead of that location? That's few and far between, and I will ask you. I will not command you, but just be flexible. The main thing that I always see is, hey, we've got way too many volunteers at Moore Square, not enough volunteers at City Plaza. Can 2 or 3 from Moore Square walk over to City Plaza and kind of balance it out? Stuff like that. I will always be there. I stay in a hotel downtown those few nights. I'm on my bike, so I'm there 24/7. But there will be hopscotch staff and security. Those should always be your first contact. And what I mean by that is if you're at a VIP party, talk to the VIP manager or the venue manager if you have an issue. And don't be bashful. If you see something, say something. And there will be Raleigh police at both outside venues as well. Feel free to contact them if you see something serious. I will not hold it against you. If you talk to the Raleigh Police Department or venue staff, security staff, people with yellow shirts, if there's somebody getting in a fight, don't hesitate. Avoid being alone. What I mean by that is, and this is usually not an issue because we're working in teams, is I don't want to have volunteers working a shift or working an entrance or the main entrance by themselves. You kind of set yourselves up, especially the one-on-one with a guest. If you are going to talk to a guest on a sidebar, let's say somebody doesn't have a wristband and they're wondering what to do, which I will talk about later, just take them to the side. But before you do that, say, hey, to a fellow volunteer, say, hey, I'm just to talk to this guest for a couple minutes. I'll be right back. So they know where you are. You're accounted for. When you're working, the VIP, stay with your volunteer partners. Don't be around a party with drinking by yourselves. All shifts. Introduce yourself and be kind. Like I said, I introduce myself as, hey, my name's Derek. My pronouns are he, him. I'm the volunteer coordinator. How can I help you? I believe in that. Number two, this is the main problem that I see people are frustrated about. When I say people, I say guests, is they buy their ticket, even though they've been told and the ticket says go to Wristband City to get a wristband. They come to a venue with a printed ticket. They go, where do I get my wristband? Let me in. This is my favorite band. Just kindly say, hey, you need to get a wristband. And to get a wristband, take your ticket to Wristband City, and I'll let you know where that address is, and send them there. And say, hey, thank you very much. The last couple bullets, verbal abuse. I just don't think that yelling at people gets them to move any faster. I don't think that yelling at a person who's mad at you gets them to stop being mad at you. It just makes them madder, right? Come at people with kindness. Don't address large groups by yelling at them. If people are not showing their wristbands, or if a line is getting wonky, just talk to the first 5 people, the next 5 people. Thank them for, hey, showing your wristband. A thing that I always do is show my own wristband and point to it and say, hey, can everybody please show the wristband as it come in? Thank you very much. Be safe. You're not expected to be a bouncer. If a person's being wacky, they're super drunk and they're aggressive. If they're being aggressive to somebody else, anything, talk to staff or security immediately, okay? And if you need to get the Raleigh police, get the Raleigh police. I will not hold it against you. There's no rush to fill the venues. You'll see a long line at certain times. Sometimes there'll be a long line to get tickets. Treat everybody one by one. You will get through it. It comes in shifts, Don't wear your staff shirt outside of your shift, just during this period. The main thing is there will be shows late night at Slim's and at the Poorhouse. Don't wear your staff shirt there if you're going to go there and drink and have fun, because people are going to assume you're working, and it's a bad image for the festival, but then also for you, they're going to ask you questions and expect you to, answer questions for them. You're just trying to have fun. Parking, it is paid lots all over Raleigh, or paid parking. My trick is I bring a bike and I park like farther away and just ride my bike in through town. If you do take a bike, make sure you lock it up. Breaks. So most of the shifts are between, I think, like 6 and 8 hours. You'll be in a team. Amongst your team, figure out your breaks. Take 15, 20 minutes. You bring a bag, bring your own food and water. I don't have refrigerators. I don't have microwaves. The part I highlight, don't eat at your shift. What I mean by that is, if you're going to go eat a burrito, don't feel rushed to like go get a burrito and run back, and then you're half finishing your burrito while you're trying to talk to people. Like, enjoy it, okay? Finish your meal, go wash your hands, take a break, come back. I just don't want you eating and trying to, talk to people at the same time. And also, I hate like the multiple smells and the mess it makes, like, especially at the ticket counter. The shift check-in. Wherever I am, Wristband City, which will probably be this large tent at City Plaza area, you need to check in there. Don't go straight to the VIP party. Don't go straight to Moore Square. Check in with me. I want to make sure you checked in, you have your shirt, you understand what you need to do, and you understand who you're going to go and contact, who you're relieving if you're going to a shift. And try to be there 15 minutes before your shift starts. That way I can group everybody and I know, hey, where there are holes or who to contact, who hasn't shown up. Wristband check-in deposit. A few people have emailed me about this, and I want to try and be clear here. Again, I will share this doc, but email me if you have any further questions. What I do is $50 per day before you work. So I have 3 examples there, and I only take a check or credit card. And the reason I do that is I don't cash your check. I don't run your credit card. If you come ahead of time, you get your festival pass, and you make your shift. I save them in case you take a pass and bail on your shift. Then I will run it, and that money will go to the festival. But I've not really had too much problems with this. I trust all of you, and I also don't want to price you out of volunteering. Other festivals will say, hey, you had to buy a pass to volunteer, and once you proved you volunteered, you get your refund. Well, I know a lot of you are students, and you don't want to have $200 sitting in my fake account or whatever, and then I have to go find you afterwards. So 3 examples. If you show up on the early shift, say Wednesday or Thursday, I'm just going to give you your wristband afterwards because you've already worked, right? No need for a deposit. If you work Saturday, you come on Thursday, bring a $100 deposit, either a $100 check or fill out a $100 credit card slip. If you work Friday, come Thursday, it's $50. It's $50 per day before you work your shift. Shift info, Wristband City. I'm going to let you know the location. I should know at the end of this week. That is a for the most part, a sit down, helping people take either their paper or their electronic tickets and turn them into wristbands. But wear some comfortable shoes. I could ask you, hey, run a quick errand. Could ask you, help with the merch table, stuff like that. Bring a water bottle and food if you want. You will get breaks. If we have paper guides, just try to push those. I hate having to recycle boxes of them at the end. Those have good info and maps and answer a lot of people's questions. And then check out with me before you leave. Sorry. City Plaza, Moore Square. So these are the two large outside venues you'll see on the schedule and a lot of the lineup information. Again, don't go directly to the venue when you're volunteering. Come check in with me first. I usually get the groups together, and then I'll let you all walk down, and there will be a manager or somebody there for you to introduce yourself with and work the shift. There will be individual jobs at each place. Not every person will be at the front checking wristbands. There will be VIP tables, maybe the merch table, maybe helping bar staff. But I will encourage it to everybody, because all the shifts are equal, is to move around. This also kind of keeps you fresh. I don't want to have the same person sitting at the same back entrance for 6 hours. I want people to rotate around. I like to have a good presence too. Bring a water bottle, bring food. You can even bring a backpack, if you're going to keep it on you. That's totally fine if you're volunteering. I don't know what the backpack rules are for the festival. I'll get those as well when I know those and email those out. Clean team. This has been a really good team that we created a few years ago. I just noticed if you go to a festival and the recycling bin is full, people stop recycling, right? They just throw everything in the trash. If both the recycling and the trash are full, what do people do? They just throw their shit everywhere, And that happened in the past. Downtown City Plaza would just be a train wreck every night. All I'm asking really is to make sure those bins don't get overfilled. There'll be people from the city there that help tell you, where to take them to make sure they go to the right recycling truck or the right trash truck. I'll provide you with gloves. I even have little pickers, but I'm really not expecting you to walk around and pick up everybody's trash. I just want to have a good presence there. Some of you will go around and maybe pick up bottles and make sure they get put away. So I really want to avoid the glass bottles like rolling around, and that's it. That team is a pretty veteran. The ones that I've saw that have signed up have done it before. So if you have any questions on that, just let me know. Again, this is mostly just for presence and to make sure those bins stay empty as much as possible, and people who are there drinking, or eating or all that stuff are putting their trash and their recyclables in the right spot. So with that, I've actually powered through it in less than 15 minutes, which is my goal. Enjoy your experience. Again, I came here to Raleigh from Fayetteville. I was in the Air Force, and I transferred to NC State. I didn't know anybody, and so volunteering is how I met a lot of people, became a member of the community. Be friendly and listen to guests. But it goes to everybody too, other volunteers, staff. Again, I'm a big believer. If you encounter somebody who's agitated, if you encounter somebody who is, running late and angry or whatever, if you come at them with a smile and kindness and you listen, it really lowers the temperature, and it really, you can get people to go from, pissed off and angry to like, oh, okay, I get it. I got to go get my wristband. Okay, hey, thank you so much. It's a fun thing to see when you do it right. Thanks for making this festival possible. Just as much as the musicians, the sound engineers, the security staff, the guests, the sponsors. The volunteering is a big part of it, and I'm really happy to see the festival coming back year after year. If you have any questions, always feel free to email me. I'd say that's the best way to get a hold of me, is email me. Here's my my cell phone number. You can text me if you want, but I'll be honest, during the festival, I'm in front of my computer, sitting there, checking people in, working stuff, whatever. Email me is the best way. Also, we have a record of our conversation back and forth, much better than calling me or texting me. Again, thank you so much. Enjoy the festival. I will see you in September.